हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। तो आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 9th इंग्लिश मोमेंट बुक का चैप्टर सेकंड, द एडवेंचर ऑफ टोटो। इससे पहले आप चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver from the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep his little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sprinkled with mischief, length, deep-set eyebrow, and his teeth, which were purely white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elder along Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed that the tail would add to anyone's good looks. Also served as a third hand, he could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Grandmother always fused when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal, so it was decided that Toto's pregnancy should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closed opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we threw a peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as a naked brick and block. The peg in the wall had been wanted from its cottage, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wanted that grandmother would say, but grandfather, don't worry, he seemed pleased. Toto performs, he clever, said grandfather, given time, I'm sure he could have tied 2 torn pieces of your blazer into rope and made his escape from the window. He presences in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big case in the servants' quarters, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very spellily together, a tourist, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and from a while my pet got. But the monkey would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night, so grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black convex kit bag was provided from a Toto. This was some straw at the bottom become his new abode. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hand through the opening, and the conveys was too strong for him to bite his way through. His effort to get out only hand the efforts of making the bag roll about on the floor, or occasionally jump into the air, an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway transit to Toto, suddenly poked his hand out of the bag and gave the ticket collectors a wine grain. The poor man was taken aback, but the great presence of the mind and much of grandfather's annoyances, he said, Sir, you have a dog with you. You will have to pay for it. Accordingly, in a vain did grandfather take Toto from out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum hundred of over as his fare. Then grandfather, just to get his oven back to from his pocket from pet tourist and said, what must I pay from this since you charge for all animals? The ticket collector looked closely at the tourist, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look, and said, "No charge. It is not a dog." आगे चलते हैं. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where he had from a companion with the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without a paint, scarcely pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across from hunches and she jacked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened on her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never become friends. A great treat from Toto during cold winter evening was the large blow of warm water given him by grandmother from his bath. He would cunning test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up his neck. आगे चलते हैं. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hand or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during his performance, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough from a bath, he got in with his hand sticking out from the open kettle. The was just fine from a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down from some time until grandmother arrived and halted him up, boiled out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain specifically devoted to mischief, that pair was largely developed in a Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. One day, at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with the rice. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed from forwards and received a glass of water in the face. When the grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain, and then, in order to spill grandmother who had screamed at him. He threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with the delights when it broke into 100 pieces. Obviously, Toto was not the sport of the pet we could keep for a long. Even grandfather realized that we were not well-to-do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpapers. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. तो गाइज़ ये रही हमारी क्लास 9th इंग्लिश बुक मूवमेंट का सेकंड चैप्टर. आई होप you like it. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.